insect. Emerging meaning it is a insect in between the larva stage and the bugs that you see flying around the water. What I'm doing now is I'm mashing down the barb on the hook. Let's get it in the vise there. I'm going to start off with some Veevus olive dun thread, and I believe that's a 16/0. Snip off that tag end. Okay, now I'm going to take some fibers from a wood duck dyed dun gray, just about 3 or 4. Pull them off. These are going to be the tail for the fly. Take the thread back to the bend of the hook. It's important to get these fibers on the top of the hook, tying them in. Okay, looks like we got them. Now, I'm gonna wrap those fibers down back up to about 2 hook eye lengths behind the actual eye. Snip those fibers off. There, got a little tail sticking up there. I don't know if you can see it. Okay, now I'm going to wrap that thread back to the bend of the hook. What I'm going to do next is prepare the bite. What this is a, I don't know if you can see it, a peacock herl, strand of peacock herl. Now I'm going to take a pencil eraser and I'm going to strip those little filaments off the quill of the feather. The eraser just pulls them off, leaving just the quill. Now this quill is dyed olive green. Okay, always make sure to do both sides of the quill. You don't want any little fibers sticking off this quill. Real quick, I normally do this under a magnifying glass, so I'm going to just take a look under the magnifying glass, make sure I got all the fibers, and they're all gone. Alright, now I'm going to tie this in with the quill facing towards the rear of the fly. Alright, got that nice and bound down. Take the thread back up to where we snipped off those fibers before. Now, here comes the tricky part. These peacock quills are very fragile. I mean, they can break real easily. So, looking for my hackle pliers. Yeah, we'll use these ones. Okay. Grab them in there. Alright, now we're going to do side-by-side wraps of the quill around the shank of the hook, leading up to where we left the thread. See? It broke. So, no problem. We take that out, unwind the thread back to where we were, and we tie it in again. I think this time I'm going to wrap it by hand. Hackle pliers sometimes put a little too much pressure on those quills. Slip that in my hand and wrap it. Let's start over again. What this does as you wrap, crap. Alright, let's start over again with this quill. Alright. Like I said, this is very, very fragile stuff. So once I get this done and wrapped, what I usually do is take some Sally Hansen's Hard as Nails nail polish and coat it. It gives it a little extra strength, because as this fly gets beat up by fish, as you get missed strikes, trout have teeth. They may be very small, but they can beat up your fly, and you don't want that. Well, sometimes, but not in this particular pattern. I don't know if you can see it, but this quill makes a very nice looking segmented body, and it's got an olive green color, which blowing olives have. That's why they call them blowing olive. Alright. Now I got that quill wrapped up to about two eye lengths behind the eye of the hook, and what I did is I did about three wraps of thread over that quill to bind it down. So next, I gotta find my scissors. Where are they? Oh, good, there you are. So I still got plenty of quill. Waste not, want not. I'll put that in the saving cup there. Alright, next I'll take some Sally Hansen's Hard as Nails nail polish. Not only does this strengthen it up, but it also gives the body of the fly a little bit of a sheen. Helps the light, I guess, reflect off of it a little bit when it's in the water. Okay. While that dries, we'll take a short recess, and I'll be right back. Okay, we're back. Sally Hansen should be nice and dry now. What we're going to do now is tie in the thorax, which I'm going to use the same peacock herl that I stripped before. But this one still has the fibers on it. What I'm doing now is I'm going to stroke them back a little bit so they stand up when I wrap them. Alright, so I tie it in by the close to the tip of the herl. Now some people tie in 2 herls. I like to tie in 1 and just build it up a little bit. Alright. Now we get that in now. Gotta be very careful it doesn't break again. And what this is going to do is this is going to build a little ball, fuzzy ball right behind where we're going to tie in our hackle. It helps the hackle stand up too, and also gives a nice little thorax. Okay, I got that. Take a couple wraps with my thread to bind it down, and then snip off the herl. Okay, our next thing is going to be the hackle, which I'm using Starling, which is has like dark tips on the ends of the feather, and like down towards the stem of the feather is a dun gray, which I think is a very good look for this fly. Let's see here. Let's pick out a nice one right there. Usually go up by the neck of the Starling. Get a feather for this one. Got a nice little feather here. We've got this fluffy stuff on the end, which you're not going to need. You need to just gently pull it off each side of the stem. Now, I tie these in by the tip. Alright, strip those fibers back. Okay, now right in front of that, where we put that herl, we're going to tie this feather in. Now, get these fibers to cooperate. Alright. Tie that in. Now we got this little piece of the end of the hackle sticking out. Take my scissors in there and trim that right there. Alright, there we go. Now, definitely going to need the hackle pliers for this. You get into that stem, and then with the concave side facing backwards, you're going to do 1, 2, 2, 3. I think we might be able to get 4 wraps in here. What I'm doing now is I'm stroking those fibers back to make sure they don't lay down forward. You don't want that. Okay. Oh, slipped out of the hackle pliers. Now we gotta start over again with the wrapping. The reason I call it blue wing because it has like a the color is like a dun bluish gray color. And now I got that wrapped. I'm going to take the thread and over the stem bind it all down. Okay, now pulling all those fibers backwards, I wrap in front of them and make a head. Little dun gray head, dun colored head. Just a little one. I like to build a fairly noticeable head, but not too big. Alright, now time to finish the fly. Whip finisher. 2, 3, 4, and there, your knot is nice and secure. Those fibers are sticking up pretty good. And cut the thread. Get a little head cement just to secure them. The thread wraps in the front. Now I tend to get head cement in the eye of the hook, which you don't want, because when this dries and you want to tie it onto your tippet, you're going to find that you can't get the line through the thing. So what I got here is I got an old feather here, and it's half used. And what I do is I take the stem, feed it through the eye of the hook, and then pull the whole feather down through it. What that does is that cleans out that head cement. There you go. You have a blue wing olive quill body soft hackle. And I usually fish these downstream for me. I cast them at a 45-degree angle either direction and let the current of the water